I've been with Jessica for almost 3 years. Before I started noticing her different behaviors, our relationships was pretty good. Like, I love her. I feel that she's in love with me. Like, everything's been fine up until I noticed everything, the differences, and found out what she's been doing behind my back. I found messages in her phone from a coworker, and every time she come home, she'd spend 10 minutes in the car before she comes in the house. I started noticing her whole demeanor was changing, the way she acted. I started noticing differences. We're sitting here watching TV or the news. I noticed she's texting people a lot more often, and one day I asked her if I could use her phone to look something up, and I reached for it and she snatched it and was like, "No, you can't use my phone, just charge yours." And I'm like, dang, what was that about? You know what I mean? So one day I just grabbed her phone when she wasn't around, and I looked at it and saw all these messages from her and a coworker, and they were talking about a lot of sexual stuff, and she was just telling him that she's gonna leave me to be with him. She sent a nude photo to him. They were just having conversations about all the sexual stuff they want to do to each other and everything. So when I confronted her, she swore that it was just talking, and she was just talking to him for attention, and she's only talking to him because he's nice and he's offered her money if she needed it, and she swears she's never actually cheated on me. All it was conversations. She said she'll prove it. I'm like, how are you gonna prove it? Like, how could you prove it? She's like, well, I'll take a lie detector test. So we found a person to do it. So we went there and she took a polygraph and she failed. After she failed the test, she contacted your show. She brought me here to prove herself, I guess. She wants to take another polygraph, and we believe you guys know what you're doing. You guys have been doing polygraphs for years, and we watch your show. So she felt maybe if she comes here, she can prove herself. If she passes, then I believe what our relationship's worth saving. I can forgive her. If Jessica fails the test, then I don't think we're going to be together. I don't want to keep pursuing something. I feel like I've already wasted almost 3 years on her, and she's just going to be unfaithful the whole time. Then why would we get married?
Jessica, that's your boyfriend on the tape. What's going on?
I messed up. I got wrapped up in something and wasn't really thinking, and I screwed up big time.
When you say you got wrapped up in something, what exactly did you get wrapped up in?
Basically, there was a guy at work who I had started messaging with. At first, it was just casual work stuff. The guy started to develop feelings for me, and the conversation started to get a little bit more intimate. I had set the boundaries, and I told him that I was in a relationship, and I should have been more persistent in the boundaries because I kind of went along with the conversations and stuff when I shouldn't have.
And the conversations were sexual in nature?
Some, yes.
Yeah. And your boyfriend says that he found that you sent this other guy a naked photo?
Yes, I did.
And where do you see, like, in the future with Chad? Like, what do you, possible husband?
Oh, yeah. We're best friends. We do everything together. We like to have adventures with each other, and we're always together. We spend time together. We have a great connection, and I definitely could see us being married.
So when he discovers these texts and you say, well, yeah, they're inappropriate, but I didn't do anything with this guy, you then went and you took a lie detector test, right?
Yes, I did.
And where did you find this person at?
Chad actually scheduled it. It was a person that was sort of local. It was only like a 30-minute drive, and it was actually decently cheap. And
How much was it?
$250. So that was basically the first.
And you failed it, right?
Yes, I failed.
And what portion of the test did you fail?
I failed the portion that said whether I had sexual intercourse with anyone other than Chad, and whether I had had sexual contact with anyone other than Chad.
And you failed both of them?
I failed both of them.
You told him, let's get together, I'm going to dump him?
No, not directly, no. I think some of the messages he
You were
felt
telling
like
him
maybe
you're going
that
to leave me
was
for
my
him
intentions.
to be with him. he was asking her, like, so when are you going to leave him? Well, I just need more time, but I'm going to. I just need time to get all my stuff together. And he could be gone. Like, I had a job lined up to where I might have to leave for a few days. So she was telling him, well, when he's gone for a few days, it'll be easier for me to leave. Like, and then you'll have your chance. I can come be with you, pretty much.
I think that he might have taken that out of context a little bit.
How is he supposed to take it?
I think at one point I had mentioned that he would be going on a job, but I didn't necessarily tie that into, that's
in the
when.
most recent messages, I had 2 weeks worth of messages that was nothing but sexual content. Like, everything was sexual for the last 2 weeks, or 200 messages was nothing but
How
sex.
long ago did you discover these messages?
3 months ago or 4 months ago.
Why do you stay in the relationship?
Because I do love her. I mean, before this happened, everything was great. She's been my best friend.
Well, everything wasn't great, right? Because why would you look at her phone if everything was great?
That's the issue. Like,
Why
we
did you look
wasn't
at her
arguing
phone?
or fighting when it happened. Like, I just started noticing her actions were different. She's coming
How?
home and staying in the car. She's staying in the car for 5 or 10 minutes, and she's on her phone. I'm like, what is she doing in the car for 10 minutes before she comes in the house every day? She's never done that.
Let me ask you this. Even if she didn't have physical contact, do you still consider her cheating?
Yeah, I believe that's cheating. I mean, she betrayed me for like 2 months and had a whole another relationship going on with another man behind my back, and telling him she's going to leave me for him.
Can you forgive her?
I can. I mean,
And then
I
never
could.
bring it up again, right?
If she passes, I mean, I could.
Listen, if she fails this for actually having sex with this other guy, are you going to stay?
No.
No, you're
She's
out.
got to go.
She's got to go.
Just a week ago, she gets another phone call and
I really
says,
do
"Oh, what's
love
my cousin calling me for?" And it's a girl. But when I said answer it, and she answered it and was like, "I can't talk right now." And a man's voice came over the phone, and I'm like, "That's not your cousin. Who's that?" That was just a week ago. Like,
Is that true?
and then he called right back, and I was like, "Here, I'll answer it since it's your cousin." And I answered, I'm like, "Hello?" He was like, "Who's this?" I'm like, "This is Jessica's fiance. We've been together 3 years. Who is this?" He was like, "Don't worry about it. Just treat her right, bro. Treat her right." And he hung up on me. I'm like, "So who's this guy calling now? You got a new phone. You got a new number. Who is this?"
I contacted the ex because this wasn't somebody that I was actually dating, but it was somebody that I knew from
It's someone she used
probably
to have
6 years
sexual
ago.
relations with. And the guy's like,
I'm
he's
trying to
telling her she still cares for her. He still cares for her and all this.
Basically,
And this is
I'm like, what are you
and
talking
this
to
is
him for
different?
now?
Is
This
this
is right
different?
after her coworker.
This is after the coworker?
Yep.
the conversation that I had with the guy was before the coworker. The only reason that I had reached out to this guy was to basically tell him not to try to bother me, not to.
Okay, you don't have my cell phone number. You don't have anything. Be like me reaching out to one of my exes. Nobody has my, and I'll be like, "Hey, by the way, don't ever reach out to me. Here's my new phone number, by the way."
That's it. He was.
And we asked her, while in a relationship with Chad, did you have sexual intercourse with any other men besides him? She answered no. While in a relationship with Chad, did you have sexual contact with any other men besides him? She answered no. While in a relationship with Chad, did you have sexual contact with that coworker? She answered no. The results came back all the same, and they came back that Jessica told the truth. Can you forgive her?
I can.
All right, well, good luck to you
She's
guys.
been loyal to me for 3 years, so
Thank you so
Well,
much.
she hasn't had
That's good.
sex with anybody.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Well, I
she
hope
hasn't
it,
had sex, but
I won't make the same mistake again. I won't make the same mistake again.
She has talked
I
to other
see
men
how much
a few
that's
times.
hurt you. I see how stupid that was. I've already, came to terms with that, and you know that I've been beating myself up over it. So
hope it works out for the two of you.
Thank
Good
you.
luck to you.
thank you so much, Steve.
Take care.
Thank you.
I was raped.
My name is Steve Wilkos, and I'm an investigative talk show host with a law enforcement background.
it was my life or his.
My job is to get truth and justice for everyday people. Watch our videos now.